Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's Miss Marcy, and I'm here to do my review on The Real Housewives of Atlanta, Season 8, Episode 6. Here we go. Let's get into it. First of all, let me say something. Y'all, I'm trying to hang in there with this Real Housewives of Atlanta, but whew, I don't know what it is about this season. It's like I be fighting to just stay interested. I don't know. It's just something about it that's just it's not really grabbing me. I guess I kind of miss Nene being on there. I don't know. But anyway, y'all, let me just do my best, okay? All right, so it starts out now. They done put the whole fiasco with Portia and Cynthia fighting on the boat from the last episode. So they done kissed and made up, Cynthia and Portia. So it's all good, I guess, for right now. So the girls are planning a trip to Miami. Now you know how they do, and that's another thing I'm just tired of. I'm just tired of the same old routine. It's kind of like you just kind of know what's going to happen. You know, they're going to get together, plan some fabulous trip that they're not even going to enjoy because they're going to be too busy with some stupid ass he say she say drama or whatever. I'm just so over it. Oh, but anyway, so they plan this trip to Miami, and they everybody's going, the regular gang, they're all going. So they get to Miami, and let me say this: I am so not feeling Kim Fields on this season. I'm just not feeling her, man. She just seemed like she don't belong. She just don't fit in with the rest of these girls. So they all go, and first of all, they did not get into no fight over the who gets to master bedroom, because usually they all even that would be the first fight. The first little cattiness would be over the bedrooms. So because Candy's pregnant, she got the master bedroom, so that kind of settled that. So no, there was no fighting over who gets what bedroom or whatever. However, Kim Fields chose the living room as her sleeping area, which was a little weird. And but hey, whatever. So anyway, so in the next room, they is Tammy, not Tammy. I'm sorry. In the next room is Kenya, Portia, Phaedra, and just all of them or whatever. And Sheree, they all talking or whatever. And so Kenya starts telling Sheree how Tammy was throwing some shade. Now Tammy is somebody that they added on here too, and I'm not really feeling her either. But she's said to have been like really best friend, like real good friends with Sheree's ex-husband Bob, the football player. So she's throwing major shade at Sheree on the way there. I guess they were asking her questions or whatever, and she told them that yeah, if Bob wasn't a football player, she don't think that Sheree would have married him. Just basically calling her a gold digger, and Kenya being messy as hell. That's another thing. Kenya being real messy this season. She's being like the fucking bully this season. So anywho, so they run it back to when they're all sitting in the room talking. While Tammy's not there, of course, they got to talk behind somebody's back. So while they run it down to Sheree what Tammy said about her. So, Sheree is all like, oh, well, how can she have a problem with me and da 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 da. And it's funny, I don't like Sheree this season on here. I don't like Sheree with this group of girls. I like Sheree better with the Nenes and the Kim Zolciaks and them girls. I like her better with them. She was a better fit with them. This shit with these girls, I'm not feeling Sheree because I feel like she's trying to turn up for real just to stay on the show. I feel like she came back on the show for financial reasons, and I feel like she's trying to turn up just to stay on the show. You know what I'm saying? So, but that's just my take on it. So, anywho, I mean, I don't dislike Sheree or nothing like that. I just don't like her with this bunch. So they got three people that I'm just not feeling with this whole clique. So anyway, so they talking about the shade that Tammy was throwing to Sheree behind her back, whatnot. So, next thing you know, they gotta show a scene where they're all together so the confrontation can happen. So they're all eating, and this place that they was at was very fabulous. I mean, these girls just get on my nerves taking these nice trips, but they want to waste it on he say she say bullshit. It just irks me. So, but hey, I guess that's part of the show, so we just gotta roll with it. So anyway, they're eating. They're chewing on lobster, whatever they eating on. I'm just saying lobster. I don't know what the hell they was really eating. But anywho, so they all eating and stuff, and Sheree breaks out. She just bursts out like, so Tammy, I should have the problem with you. you have a problem with me, but I should be the one to have a problem with you. I mean, she just busts out of nowhere while they munching and crunching on the food. They can't even get through the damn dinner without somebody breaking out with some damn drama. Okay, so they showed, the way Portia looked, and the Portia and Phaedra was looking like, what the fuck? So, but they like, shit, we gotta roll with it. It's how we do. So she's like, I should have a problem with you, instead of you having a problem with me. And so Tammy's like, well, what are you talking about? So basically, Sheree plays back what was told to her, about her saying she got with Bob because he played football, and they started talking about, well, Sheree said, he did you ever, you said that you didn't like some of the things that was said when everything hit the fan with him, but get just all this little back and forth shit about when she was with Bob, like they just trying to pull shit just to keep on the show. You know what I'm saying? So Sheree breaks it down and was like, well, look, was you sleeping with him? Because, he said that you was one of the people that he was sleeping with. Like, and Tammy's like, absolutely not. You know what I'm saying? Me and him was just best friends. Like, why would, no, they're no. So I just felt like that part was just something to say that they threw in or whatever. And I mean, it was just, oh gosh. So while they're at the table talking and going back and forth, Kim feels, she puts her two cents in, and she like, are we really grown women talking like this? Talking about he said, she said, you know what I'm saying? And then she was like, she basically said that, okay, there was a difference between exchange of information or instigation, honey. Basically throwing shade at Kenya's ass because the information came from Kenya. So Kim feels is like, well, shit, is this just her giving information, or this is just her instigating? So Kenya got a little attitude, like, okay, I'm sorry, are you talking to me? You know what I'm saying? So it's just, oh gosh, this is just, like I said, Kenya's coming off as a bully. You know what I'm saying? She's just being real catty and messy and whatnot. It's just annoying. And then let me say this too, honey. Phaedra and Portia had on the baddest, fucking sexiest freaking bikini outfits. Oh my gosh. And both of them got the bodies for it, okay? I was like, okay, girls, y'all better work it. But, Portia was having fun on this trip, honey. Portia ass was kicking it. You hear me? You know what I'm saying? I like how she was just enjoying herself. She was being flirty. She was being sexy. She was just having fun, you know? So, hey, I didn't see nothing wrong with it. But anyway, they were really just trying to have a good time. They really were. And honey, Kim Fields just could not handle it. She goes off. Now, mind you, she only been away from her husband and her kids for about a day or two. And she could not handle it. Absolutely not. She could not handle it. And she's drifting off and she's turning her nose up at the other girls. And she's like, I'm not used to this. I'm used to just being with my husband and my kids. So Kim just was not here for it. Tootie was just not here for it, honey. And she was just like crying and stuff. And so Phaedra goes and finds her. And she's like, Kim, why you over here? Because she was just basically just kind of just all off into her own world. But let me go back to when they was twerking and having fun and just, dancing and stuff. And Kim was just turning her nose up. I mean, she was just like the old lady at the fucking party. Like, she didn't have no business there. Yeah, Kim, you should have stayed your ass at home. Real talk. You should have stayed your ass at home. Then they was even talking about Tammy and talking about how weird she was. I'm just like really over this group of girls. I just really think that after this season, if they don't get nobody that's going to bring this show back, if they don't get nobody that's going to really bring the fire in this show, they need to just kind of cut it out. I don't know, because I'm just not, I'm just not feeling it, man. Oh my gosh. Usually when it comes to the Real Housewives of Atlanta, I can't wait to do a review. I'm like, oh, I gotta hurry up now. I'm just like, oh gosh. I mean, they're not really giving much to go off of. They being like, it seemed like you could tell they being really catty just for they always be catty for the ratings, but you could just tell they kind of pulling this time. I really don't see Kim Fields' storyline. I really don't see, you know what I'm saying, like, what's the point of her being on here? I really don't see Sheree's storyline. You know what I'm saying? Chateau Sheree ain't being built or nothing like that. I mean, I really don't get it. So, anywho, let me get back on the topic, because I'm, like, kind of, like, wandering off here. So, basically, Phaedra goes and finds Kim, and she kind of comforts Kim because Kim's a mess and she's crying like, I miss my husband and my kids and da 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 da, you know. And so they started talking, her and Phaedra, and Phaedra kind of opens up a little bit about Apollo, which let me say this about Phaedra Parks, honey. That is my girl. I met Phaedra Parks here actually in Ohio. She was here a couple of weeks ago. She did a book signing, and on my Miss Marcy page, you can actually see the picture that I took with her. Phaedra was really nice, down to earth. Like, she was so freaking sweet. And she looked flawless, honey. What you see Phaedra look like on TV, she actually looks like that in person. Flawless, honey. Her eyelashes was popping, her fucking hair was intact, honey. Not a hair was out of place, honey. And her makeup was, her face was beat to the gods, honey. Phaedra had her act together. Phaedra know how to make an appearance, honey. She knows how to look. She knows how to make an appearance, okay? And she was really down to earth. And, you know, I'm noticing, too, with Phaedra. Phaedra's opening up a little more about Apollo, too. You know what I'm saying? I mean, we all know Phaedra not going to get too in detail. She's not going to let you get too much into her business, honey, because she'll cut you short. Like, look, I'm not going to answer that. Like she did with, with Claudia last season. But, you know, she is really nice. And she is, you know, she's a very polished, poised woman. You know what I'm saying? But anywho, so I had the pleasure of meeting Phaedra. But anywho, so her and Kim, they talking, and you know, they, like I said, Faith just kind of opening up a little bit to her about Apollo, saying that basically, yeah, you know, she does miss him some days, but some days it's just like, you know, whatever. And so Kim is kind of like appreciating the conversation, and I think is making Kim feel like, you know, is making her appreciate her husband even more. But I think Kim should just, instead of just acting a fool, crying and all that kind of stuff, I think Kim should have just stuck it out with these ladies. I mean, after all, it's not like you were going to be there a whole week. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Just stick it out and go home, and go home and appreciate your husband and your kids more, because the majority of the women that was on that trip are either divorced or single. Or like with Cynthia, in the case of Peter and Cynthia, you know what I'm saying? Cynthia, they're having problems that they're trying to work through. Hopefully they work through them. But I'm just saying, nobody is really, well, Candy, I guess she's happily married right now. Her and Todd are expecting, so that's always something to look forward to, you know, in a marriage or whatever. But I'm just saying, like, the majority of the girls on that trip are not married or they're single. So nobody's knocking Kim for feeling the way she felt, like as far as missing her family, but it's like, damn, you really are you're a homebody. You're not the getaway on a girls trip type of girl. You're not a girl's girl. You are the I'm gonna stay at home. I'm the wifey homebody type, and there's nothing wrong with that. But you know, you got to understand that you're dealing with, Kim needs to understand she's dealing with new breed of women. These are not like the facts of life women. You know what I'm saying? This is a whole new breed of women. So it's just like, you know, all that turning her nose up when they was dancing and twerking and stuff. I mean, she was really looking like she was so uncomfortable, okay? But it's just like, you know, I mean, I don't get down like that. Like, I don't be twerking and stuff. Like, I mean, I might twerking, you know, it depends on the situation. Let me just put it like that. But I don't be twerking in public or nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not going to turn my nose up at somebody else who's doing it, because we're all just having a good time. You know what I'm saying? We're just having fun. We're just having a good time. They just being silly. You know, I would just laugh at them, sip my drink, and keep it moving, and just laugh, you know, laugh with them. And, hey, girl, you was working it, girl. You know what I'm saying? But that's about it. I'm not going to be turning my nose up like some little sadiddy, grabbing my, clutching my imaginary pearls or no shit like that. You know what I'm saying? She might as well have turned her nose up and said, well, I never, and turned her freaking nose up and kept it moving, because that's how she acted. But you know, I'm just saying. But so anyway, so I mean, that was pretty much it, y'all. It really wasn't a whole lot going on this episode. And hell, if you ask me, it really ain't a whole lot going on this season. I mean, I'm just kind of like over it already. And this is the longest. Real Housewives of Atlanta is the longest franchise of the Housewives. You know what I'm saying? They've been running for that shit probably since 2008, 2009 or something like that. And I enjoy them for the most part. I really like the Real Housewives of Atlanta, because they are the less ratchet out of a lot of the a lot of the reality shows. You know, they get their little shade in, but they don't really like. They're not like the Bad Girls Club where they be fighting like cats and damn dogs, looking like alley cats fighting and shit. These women know how to keep it classy, but they throw their shade, and that's what I love about them. But I mean, this season I'm just ooh, they need to get a new cast and like fast, okay? They need to keep Kenya, you know what I'm saying, and Phaedra, of course. They can keep Candy too. And they can keep Cynthia, but honey, them other three they got to go. Kim Fields need to go. The Tammy girl need to not return. And speaking of Tammy, let me get back to this part. Okay, so at the end they were all sitting around eating and stuff, and Tammy had some nephews that she brought or whatever to join them. And they were cute, you know, nice looking young dudes. And so they were just all out kicking it with them, just laughing and talking. And Kenya was trying to get the one's attention. And honey, she snapped her fingers. And he looked like, I know you need to snap your fingers at me. She like, well, I was just trying to get your attention. He like, oh, you gonna have to find another way. Oh, Kenya. Oh, I like Kenya, but Kenya be off the chain. But yeah, y'all, that was pretty much it, man. It really wasn't nothing happening. And so I think that's it, though. If I left anything out, y'all, please feel free to comment. And yeah, that's it. And so thank you so much for listening. I can't say thank you for watching. Thank y'all for listening. Alright, stay tuned for my next review. This has been Miss Marcy. Peace. And don't forget to check me out on 98.4 FM WPIR every Friday at 5 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time. The Miss Marcy Show. Holla!